Let's do this. Hey, everybody, it's Throwback Thursday. It is on the Sealy's Didn't Come With a Filter YouTube channel. And sorry, I didn't come with a filter podcast. Today I'm going to talk about throwbacks. So, throwback everything, throwback jerseys, throwback sports, throwback whatever. So, stay tuned, and I will do my fantasy football today. I will be doing my predictions today, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's the Series That Didn't Come With a Filter YouTube channel, and sorry, I didn't come with a filter podcast. It is Throwback Thursday. So, you know what that means? Let's throw it back one or two things. Well, I'm going to start off with a recap of sports last night. Panthers are 7-0, perfect 7-0. They beat Boston 4-1. I thought the Bruins might have won that. I thought for sure the Capitals were going to win last night, but they lost in overtime 3-2. Maple Leafs beat the Chicago Blackhawks, kind of predicted that one. After, I think the debacle that they had in Pittsburgh was kind of a sign that this team just generally, sorry. I'm going to try to adjust my camera at the same time here. Generally just sucked. They just sucked. All right, let's just say that. They sucked. Golden Knights, like I predicted, was going to win. Flyers beat the Oilers last night, so they took their perfect season right out of their hands. So tonight's predictions are Lightning is going to beat the Coyotes because that's a simple game to beat. Pittsburgh and Flames is going to be an interesting one. I'll say Pittsburgh. Bruins versus the Carolina Hurricanes. I'll say the Hurricanes. Avalanche versus the Blues. I'll say the Blues. Sabres versus the Ducks, Sabres, and my Canucks versus the Flyers. I'm going to say the Canucks because it is game day. It is Canucks day for me, so I'll go with the Canucks. Wild versus Kraken. I'm so sorry, Kraken, but you're not going to beat the Wild. I'm sorry. Habs versus Sharks. I'm going to have to go with maybe the Sharks on that one, throwing a little caution of like 75% Sharks winning, 25% Canadians winning. Jets versus the Kings. I'll say the Jets. That's my predictions for tonight's hockey. And then, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say the Cardinals are gonna ball out, even though J.J. Watt is injured and he's possibly having season-ending surgery for this injury. So the guy's gonna be gone. Apparently, it'll take 3 months to recover from. But I probably could see J.J. Watt returning in the playoffs if the Cardinals make it past week 8 here and carry on. So yeah, I don't see them screwing up at all. And I'll do it is Halloween Sunday, so I'll do all my fantasy picks tomorrow, or all my picks for the football. So that's what it is. And I was hearing discussions today. Sorry, that's something bothering me right now. Again, I heard today, a lot of speculation. It was a black day a dark day yesterday for the Blackhawks. John Doe finally came forward. It was Kyle Beach. My opinion of this is seriously, if you're freaking married, what is your problem? What is your deal? Why do you got to touch people? Why you gotta go do that? That shit's messed up. Seriously, it is fucking messed up. I don't give a crap. This whole sexual assault, Me Too movement, this shit, everything has to end. Like, I don't know what's going on with this century, the people nowadays. It's like, every time I turn on the news, every time I'm turning on my sports, and the news, as I say, there's some other either team or celebrity is getting called out. What, you guys can't keep it in your pants? For sakes, I've been going almost 3 years without it. And trust me, it's really hard. And it is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm going to do my throwback here pretty soon. So, relax. Just had to switch up my glasses. There we go. Now I can see you guys. Yeah, it's really, really... It's disappointing to see all this happening. this, this whole thing is just, it's disgusting. It is seriously fucking disgusting. I don't care what anybody says. It is disgusting. That's the word. And, a lot of people probably did know about it. A lot of people are trying to brush it under the, rug, saying, "Oh, I didn't know. You damn right you knew. Everybody knew. Just nobody wanted to speak because guess what? It was a Stanley Cup at stake, and everybody's paychecks at stake. So, I hate to say it, it's where the BS walks and money talks. And that's the real sad thing about all this sexual misconduct and sexual allegations and, all this stuff. It is such a horrible thing to do to anybody. It doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are, how old you are. It's a despicable act. And there's no place for it in any part of the world. It doesn't matter. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because that's what it is. I was listening to a lot of podcasts yesterday, especially wrestling ones. Everybody loved Halloween Havoc. I agree with a lot of the guys, what they were saying. WCW did not have such a great Halloween Havoc pay-per-views. But there is some exceptions. There were some really good matches at certain Halloween Havocs. I will take the late, great Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. That was a fantastic Cruiserweight Championship match. I'm throwing it back. I'm throwing it back into the 90s. That was a great, great match. You had a lot of great superstars back then. Like, I know these superstars now, all these wrestlers, they're starting to, niche out. And, the breaking news yesterday was also Ring of Honor going under, or apparently going under, or reconstruction. Releasing everybody, their final pay-per-view will be Final Battle in December or November or something. And then they're taking the first quarter of 2022 off just to see where the company should go. So apparently, this pandemic actually hit another big company. This, it's not a big company, but it is one of the big companies in North America where they had a lot of diversity in wrestlers and females and all that. But I also agree with a lot of them. Game Changer Wrestling, that GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, I actually caught a few glimpses of this. It is really ridiculously hardcore. They're bringing back hardcore where Extreme Championship Wrestling in the 90s did it. Again, I'm going to throw a lot of what is happening now back. This is why I call it Throwback Thursday. Wrestling from the 90s is starting to pick up again. Yes, it is right now a real dry spot for wrestling. It is a hard spot for wrestling. I fully understand wrestling is... Oh, there's my coffee. Found it. It's a real hard toss-up. Because, a lot of people... I know why right now people are attending these, because they are events. With wrestling being where it is right now, the renaissance is do-it-yourself, DIY. Everybody, all the podcasts say it. It's a DIY, do-it-yourself. Make your own pay-per-views. Make your own events. Bring in guys that you know and do things with. EC3 is capitalizing on it. So is Joey Janela was. A lot of wrestlers are. I don't think wanting to be tied down to companies. WWE is you sign with WWE, you're WWE bound. That's it. You can't go to AEW for a Rampage and wrestle there. You can't. Or AEW Dark or Elevation or whatever, or even their Dynamite. You can't do that. Or Impact Wrestling or New Japan, where AEW does let you do that, where they're working together. Tony Khan, I kind of agree with what Eric Bischoff says. He's got to calm down a little. I fully understand why. Eric Bischoff made that mistake too. He made it late in the 90s, though, with WCW, where he fell apart. and went to the well one too many times with a NWO gimmick. Okay, I'll give you props. NWO was probably the biggest thing when I was in elementary school. All us guys wanted the NWO shirts, the DX shirts, Stone Cold Steve Austin shirts for one reason. It was like being affiliated with a gang. Okay? NWO was for life. And, you had Wolfpack that was forever. It was DX doing the chops and that, and Austin flipping the people off. That was freaking awesome. I loved it. Growing up in the 90s, throwing it back there, we had really cool jerseys. We had really cool sneakers. We had a lot. Like, us kids, we didn't have technology. Like, honestly, our tech was what it was video game systems. If one of our friends, like some of our friends had computers, didn't really have really good internet because we had dial-up. Dial-up sucked. I swear to God, couldn't download porn fast enough. Yeah, that's right. We were cheating. We were looking at porn when we were young. But we're not sick bastards. But anyways, on to the further end of this. Growing up in the 90s compared to now was a complete different thing. Like, I started with the wrestling, like hockey. Back then, it was everybody. Big, bad, tough, strong. Yeah, we had our goal scorers. Like, we had our finesse goal scorers. And then we had the goons. And that was, like, it was insane. Back then, you had goalies that were doing ridiculous things, like Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur, Jose Theodore, Felix the Cat Potvin. Yeah, I said it. Felix the Cat Potvin. Curtis Cujo Joseph, Eddie the Eagle Belfour, Marty Turco, Ron Tugnut, Tom Barrasso, Archis Urbe, Kay Whitmore, Kevin Weeks, Freddie Brathwaite. The list goes on. Grant Fuhr, Mike Verdon, Chris Osgood, Dominic the Dominator Hasek was probably one of the best. The man sprawled, didn't matter in the air, standing, laying on his stomach, on his back. The man sprawled everywhere. But we also had our great, forward group, where you had the Pavel Bures, the Yami Yagers, the Wayne Gretzky's, the Brett Halls, the Mike Modanos, the Tony Amontes, Steve Yzermans, Joe Sakic's, Peter Forsberg. For friggin' Christ's sakes, Forsberg has a deke shootout move named after him, the Forsberg. You had Pavel Datsyuk. You had Hedrick Zetterberg. You had Nicholas Lindstrom, the cannon shot. Daniel Alverson, and the list goes on and on and on. Like, these guys really, when I was growing up, we were like, whoa. But then I watch it now, and these kids are coming straight out of juniors or college, and they're just like, what the hell? When I grew up, none of these guys were doing what they're doing. Like Connor McDavid, speed limit, man. Speed limit. You are too freaking fast. But anyways, that's my opinion on that. But the jerseys were awesome back then. The jerseys were ridiculous. Like, me and my friends are still looking for the red salmon Canuck jersey with the skate. I want the Bure one. My buddy wants a McGillney one. And these are hard to find. If I can't find my Bure, I'm going to find my Esa Tikkanen one. All right, I don't care. I want one of them damn jerseys. I'm going to find that damn jersey. If it takes me all hell of high water, I will find that effing jersey. The basketball jerseys back then, I've been trying to find all the old 90s ones on eBay, whatever, because they're so nostalgic to me. They're cool. Like, I grew up, when I was in elementary school, my mom went out and got me a Carl the Mailman Malone jersey, okay, Utah Jazz. For one, standing at maybe 5 feet, this was a dress on me. And now, looking at it, now me being at least 5'9", 5'10", I could probably wear it now because I got the body weight, so it wouldn't look so bad. But back then, it looked like a dress on me. But I love those jerseys. I love them. And the shoes I've been looking back is trying to find those old school pumps. The real pumps, not these new ones, the old school pumps. The ones that, that with the orange basketball on it. Come on, everybody had a pair. I know everybody had a pair when they were growing up, like me. I wanted them. I did have a pair, but I ruined them so quickly that my parents had to throw them in the dump. And that just sucked. But I did find my old hockey jersey. My old skate one when I was younger. The one my dad bought me before we went to the hockey game. 45 minutes before we went to the hockey game, he bought me that jersey. And it had Pavel Bure put on. So, yeah, I didn't get the one with the Pavel Bure. I had to get it put on. But it was my jersey. But throwback, to throw it back a little more with the wrestling and the hockey, like even TV shows. When I grew up watching TV shows, it was awesome. These ones are now all anime. I don't have anything against anime. Don't get me wrong. I love my Dragon Ball Z. I love my Pokemon. I love, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's right. I know some things, okay? Digimon, I still can't understand. That was a little creepy to me. And Monster Rancher. That was another creepy one. But I loved all the old school. Like, I have a collection of old school cartoons at home in DVD sets. That's right, I do. I even have Back to the Future cartoons, okay? On you. I even have The Mask cartoon. The cartoon series, yes. I'm still looking for the Ace Ventura one, though. Can't find that one. And if I do, they want like $400 for this DVD. And I'm not spending $400 on a DVD. I'm sorry. I'll spend close to 20, maybe 30, but I ain't spent 4. Not 4 bills, man. You crazy. Y'all crazy on that. But to throw it back on this, my childhood was enjoyable. Like, I used to watch, I actually took, I'm probably going to wrap my ass out on this one. I took a day off from school just to see the new channels Shaw Cable was going to come out when I was young. And I enjoyed every single one. Especially Teletoon. When it came out, that was the one network I watched consistently. And then there was the Score now is Sportsnet 360, but the Score was another one I used to watch. All of it. The Comedy Network here was really kind of hit or miss for me. But I loved it. And I actually took the whole day off of school just to watch this stuff. And my friends asked me why I took it off, because I wanted to watch TV. That's my idea of, throwbacks on that. I bet you nobody actually understands this one. I actually found a whole crap load of old VHS pro wrestling videos that I had. My sister has a collection of VHS Disney movies. We love our throwbacks. Don't get us wrong. We love our throwbacks. I still have CDs. Yet I have a transmitter for this. And for my other one. It is ridiculous what I have in my house. Or not in my house. Or whatever. It is what it is. The things I want to go back to, throwing them back here today, is like the video games. I love the video games. The video games were awesome. It was fantastic. Because the graphics were probably the crappiest, but it was more enjoyable. Controllers were a lot easier to use. I have like 50 million things that you have to try to press just to get whatever you're done. But yeah, go... When I say throwback, like pro wrestling, I noticed when you had the Monday Night Wars with WWE, used to be known as WWF, and WCW, that was your Monday Night Wars. Like, they were competing every night. I think the only company that took a hit was NFL, but I highly doubt they even took a hit. Because NFL was NFL, and you always had those diehard fans on the Monday nights at the bars. Telling you right now, it was a guy's night kind of thing. But it was a progression. Now, looking at it today, you have AEW, but the thing was, they didn't compete with WWE. They were competing with WWE NXT, which is its own brand, on Wednesdays. See, as I said, when growing up, WWE wanted growth, so they started evolving. Monday night, it was Raw is War was the go-to show when they started beating Nitro. Nitro was the go-to show. When Nitro came to Canada, I could not believe it. I had Monday, Tuesday to watch wrestling, and then WCW launched Thunder, and then WWE launched SmackDown. So I had 4 nights before Friday, which was one of my other favorite nights, and then I had Saturday and Sunday to watch more pro wrestling. And then I had hockey on top of from pro wrestling to hockey at night. I was straight up glued to my TV screen. I don't think people really take that seriously enough. Like I do. Growing up now, being 34, and then seeing my nieces who are one's soon to be 14, one's next year 16, and seeing all the stuff they have from the years I grew up. I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 17. They have cell phones. They've had cell phones since they were 12 and 13, or 12 and 11 and that. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't even have laptops. Growing up back in the 90s and that, throwing it back there, it was a lot simpler. And I honestly will tell you this, if my fat ass did not get to a freaking payphone or one of my friends' family phones, oh man, my ass would be in for a beat down. Either my mom or my dad, or my sister even. I'd get my ass whooped. So I had to do it. But again, I would just kind of enjoy myself and have fun, and really picked up the pieces to what I was doing all the time with my friends. It was enjoyable. I could remember going out. We could be going out until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, playing hockey at a park, at a tennis court at a park, till 1 o'clock in the morning. One of our friends' fathers will just roll up with his truck and say, "Get your asses into the freaking truck. You're all going home to go to bed because you got school in the morning." Oh, crap. 90% of the time, when we did that, we never showed up to school the next day because we were all sleeping in. It was what it was. I grew up loving that. Now, as an adult, it really sucks because now I have to move my ass to bed at like close to 11:30 because I'm an old man now. It is what it is. Hey everybody, it's Vasilis that didn't come with a filter YouTube channel now. I'm throwing it back today because it's Thursday, and as you can see from my other half of my show, I'm also going to vlog a little. What's eating me up inside, and talk about mental health issues. And I got my Movember movement thing going on. I got my goat. I just got to keep this trimmed up because these sides go in here and I can't do nothing about it. But I am down in weight. No carb intake, more water intake. All the time water. Water. So anyways, I've been talking about how sports and how everything kind of just gravitates, right? Like, Thursdays were unbelievable growing up. And I love how people say, yeah, throw back Thursday and throw this Thursday. And, well, I can't really do a lot of good editing. That's my problem. And I really suck at it. I will say that till the day I die. I suck at doing this stuff. It's just how I am. I'm sorry, I laugh at myself. It's one thing to be me, and it's another thing to be somebody else. And I'm not trying to be anybody else except myself. I'd rather be as, normal as possible with you people here. And, I battle with a lot of my issues. I fully understand where I am pushing myself so hard sometimes. I should try to take a step back working out on one end, I'm not gonna step back off of. I am going to push myself as much as I can because I really want to get back to the healthy lifestyle that I want. The healthy lifestyle. I said healthy lifestyle. I want to start fitting the pants that I got in my closet that are brand spanking new, haven't been worn once. I want to get into those jeans. The t-shirts will stay with the double XL or XL because, I can fit them. And, they don't really make good material nowadays. They really kind of suck. It's like they shrink when you wash them. So there ain't no point. My daily routine for today was I woke up, had my coffee, stood out on my porch just to get some fresh air just so I can wake up a little more. I had to take my pills. I had to take my anti-anxiety pills, my vitamins, and that. Yes, I take vitamins. I'm starting to kick that healthy habit into me. 34 years later, and back to the vitamins. Because I'm not a veggie eater. The other kicker to this is I had to be here because I had a supplier drop off stuff for the restaurant, and my dad's 71 and he can't be doing this all the time. And actually, I just sent him home so he can rest because age is starting to pick up and all that on him, and he's really getting there. So and to look back, I probably wasn't the best son. I was probably the most selfish, self-centered a-hole that anybody could have freaking imagined. But then a lot of people say I wasn't. But when I look at things and what I've done and how I've screwed around with money and stuff, it puts me into a perspective of maybe I shouldn't take shit for granted. And that's true. I shouldn't. My sister's like, why do you still drive around in a piece of crap car? I actually love my car. My car ain't a piece of crap. I can still smoke a lot of people off the freaking line if I have to. Because I drive it like I stole it, not like I own it. Again, I don't want to build myself up for failure. I try to build myself up for success. And yeah, sometimes it's a struggle. Like I've had my days here and there where, about for an hour or two, demons kind of pop in and out of my head and telling me shit and saying shit to me and basically, making me believe that, I might be a failure, but I'm not. I know I'm not. I know I'm going to try to be as successful as I can. I know it's a progress. I got to start getting, I'm trying to get better at it. But to get a feel for me, I'm just a simple person. Not just looking for another way to make money, but also another means to show the world or show myself that, hey, you can do this. If you're doing this, you can do that. I can always do things. And this is one of those things that I'm trying to do. And I appreciate all of you out there in the podcast universe and the YouTube universe. I appreciate all the follows and the likes and the comments and the subscribers and the views. I appreciate it. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Because honestly, this is really me. I'm really who I am. When I'm portraying something on here, it is who I am. I wish I could drop a lot more the way I would feel about sports, but I gotta also keep myself dialed down a little on the cussing, because I could swear like a sailor and a trucker combined. So I'm respecting boundaries a little, okay? I know I said I don't come with a filter, so I'm pretty as raw can be. When I want to say something or something frustrates me, it does come out and blurts out, and it's who I am. I'm bold, I'm blunt. I've never been one to sugarcoat or shy away from something that I'm going to say, just because who I am. Today was my daily routine of what I just explained. Now here I'm just kind of doing this and looking after the meat sauce that we are making. And yeah, it's not a glamorous life of being a restaurateur right now during this whole pandemic. It does suck. But again, I stayed open. I didn't close. We didn't close. We stayed open because of, well, you close your doors, you might as well just close up the doors forever and, go look for another job. Go work at McDonald's or something. I got nothing against that, but, again, go work at McDonald's if you want or whatever. I know deep down a lot of people expected me to fail at things, but I always somehow prove everybody wrong. And I'm really good at that. And I notice that a lot with myself alone, is that I can always do what I want. I can always step up when I need to step up and show everybody around me I am not a loser. I'm not a failure. But when people, like if my dad is yelling at me, I love my dad, but I know his criticism and his is trying to be the best for me. But I will leave it there. Just a moment. Hey, see, I'm at my restaurant. I'm doing this. I you know what? It's better lighting here, and I like this chair. I will try to do it sometimes at my home, but I really rather have my dad go home in the afternoon and me just do it down here. It's a lot easier. I'll probably try to do some night vlogs here. I will start trying to do this, but I got to be in the mood too, right? Like, I can't always look, because I'm usually haggard by the end of the night because I'm working all the time. And, I also do my night workouts too as well. And again, I'm trying to just incorporate things, trying to do new routines. It's really hard when you gotta work almost every day. And I know my dad doesn't want me doing this. I think he knows that it's not a very easy road for me anymore. Especially after this whole pandemic, the road looks a lot harder. And, doing everything the hard way sometimes for me is what I do. But I've done so much here in this industry. I have challenged myself so much. Now it's like, this is the new challenge for me, doing the podcast and this YouTube channel. And it's been fun, and I'm just going to continue doing it. It's been very much fun for me. It's been very therapeutic for me. But I'm also going to have to get another job because I don't know how long my dad's going to last, and it's really hard having employees because they just don't, a lot of people don't want to work. No, it's pretty hard to find people who want to work or do anything. And I can't have him here all the time. He's 71. He turns 72 next year. He needs to stop or he ain't going to be here much longer. Like, as I said, this year I lost him 3 times. I'm not going to lose him again. And it's just, I know a lot of his friends offer jobs to me, and I know they are just waiting for everything to fully open up to where they can hire people. So, that's pretty cool. I will continue doing this. It'll probably be ending up at night when I'm at home, if we choose in the near future to sell the restaurant. It's up to him. Like, as I have always said, anything I say about this restaurant, and if I talk about it, like selling it or whatever one day, I have to leave that option to him, because it's him. It's what he's going to do after I'm done. After we sell this, he knows I'm going to end up having a job somewhere, and it's what is he going to do after. So, I respect that, so I don't push that. Like, I used to push it a lot when I was younger, but now as I am older and I actually understand a little more and further on it, that I just want to not be stuck somewhere where I'm unhappy. And my dad doesn't want me unhappy anymore. He knows my mental state is something very precious now, because I do slip in and out of very bad depression and anxiety and stress, and it's something that should be worked upon. If we can eliminate something that's negative out of my life and bring something positive. But my only negotiation was with all his friends is if you hire me, I work 5 days a week, 2 days off, I get my holidays, I get paid for the stat days, I'm not there to be anybody's counselor, therapist, and psychologist for either their sex life, marriage life, or anything else, because I really generally don't want any more info on that crap because I don't want it. I ain't writing a book. I'm not an author. I'm not a movie director. I'm not a movie executive. I don't produce shit. I just do this. So those are my negotiations. Those are my rules. Those are what, and every single one agreed to let it. If anybody I work with wants to talk to me about their personal shit, get the hell away from me, because I ain't listening. I'm done. I'm not there to. I don't have a PhD in this shit, so I'm not that great. But anyways, if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe, like, and comment, and I will be throwing it on a TGIF Friday tomorrow. That's right, TGIF. It's Friday. It's gonna be the weekend, and it was a Throwback Thursday. I did talk a bit more. I will be doing more and more of Throwback Thursdays as we go. Hey, it's Vasilis that didn't come with a filter on YouTube, and sorry I didn't come with a filter podcast. I will be doing tomorrow's show, covering everything from Saturday, Sunday, sports world, and my predictions. And stay tuned on that.